Hi, superstars. It's time for social studies. We are on Unit 3, Lesson 5, and we're on page 48 in your workbook. During this lesson, you are going to learn about the American presidents, Abraham Lincoln and George Washington. So let's begin reading over here at the star. Follow along with me. Adam knows of an American leader who helped people like Harriet Tubman. Do you remember who Harriet Tubman was? We learned about her in our last lesson. She was a slave and she had courage. She helped free other slaves and she escaped slavery also. So she became free and she helped other slaves become free. This leader's name was Abraham Lincoln. He was president of our country long ago. A president is a leader of a country. People say that Abraham Lincoln was very honest. For Share Day, Adam brought in a hat like the one Abraham Lincoln wore. So why is being president a big responsibility? It's a big responsibility because you have to treat everybody fairly. You have to be honest. And you have to make sure that there is justice for everybody and that everyone has equal rights. So it's a very big responsibility to be president. All right. So if we look over here, we can see that this is called the Lincoln Memorial. It is dedicated to our president, Abraham Lincoln. He is also on our money. So if you look at a penny, Abraham Lincoln is on the penny. That's his face. So it's the face of our president, Abraham Lincoln. So if you look at Adam's special hat, do you see what Adam wore to school to share? He wore a special hat. Abraham Lincoln was a tall man and he wore a tall hat just like Adam's. So this is Abraham Lincoln. You should remember him. He was a very important president in our history, and he helped end slavery. He helped people like Harriet Tubman be free. So who did Abraham Lincoln help? He helped the slaves. And he was honest. People knew Abraham Lincoln to be honest. That means he told the truth. All right. Let's go down to our next page. This is George Washington, and he is another American president. All right, we're going to talk about him now. All right, let me just get my little marker here. Okay, I want you to read with me. We are on page 49. George Washington was also a very important American. He was our first president. We honor George Washington and Abraham Lincoln each February on President's Day. So this is a picture of George Washington, and he was our first president. He was the first president of America. His face is also on money. This is a quarter, and if you look, George Washington's face is on it. He is on the quarter. So the next time you see a quarter, look at it and you can tell your mom or dad that you know that that is George Washington. So who was the first president of America? George Washington. Who do we celebrate on President's Day? It's in February. We celebrate George Washington and Abraham Lincoln. All right, and we do that in February on President's Day. So George Washington was also a general in the army, and he fought in war. And there's a picture of him down here. And it's a drawing of him. See, George Washington had a lot of courage. So he also fought in wars, and he was a general in the army. So what you're going to do, you are going to write on these lines, and you're going to finish the sentence starter. It says, if I were president, I would. So you are going to say what you would do if you were president. So think about that. What if you were the president? All right, let's go back to page 49. Okay, so I want you to write on these lines right over here the best you can. And I want you to write, if I were president, I would, and then you're going to write what you would do if you were president. What do you think you would do if you were president? Would you be a fair leader? Would you give everybody equal rights? Would you make sure everyone was treated kindly? So there are many things that you can write about. Just think about what you would do if you were president. I can't wait to read your responses. Make sure you put your name and date on each page. And until next time, superstars, have a wonderful day. Bye.